Will the horse be able to go the speed of a Japan Cup on a firm ground? Bit of reports through the week of a stone bruise. But the trainer says he's fit to go. Number 8, Panthalassa. I don't know if he's in the same form as he was last year when he took on Equinox, but he's at 36.1. Regular jockey Yutaka Yoshida on board. A massive price about last year's winner, Vela Azul. Holly Doyle gets the ride at 90 even. And 3 ladies riding in this race. First time that we've had female jockeys in the Japan Cup since 1990. Julia Crone was here. Finished 11th in that race behind, was that Better Loosen Up to you? Yeah, I think it was. Number 10, down on Beluga, Joe Moreira, 31.9. A lot of people have got this horse in for a place, not for a win, but I think the horse can run a big race. Number 11, Trust Kenshin, is the outsider of the field. Kiwame Ogino, 607.1 about Trust Kenshin. And number 12, Chestnut Coat, now to be ridden by Hironobu Tanabe at 569.3, the 9-year-old. Number 13, Kurono Megami Ace, the NAR runner, Tomohiro Yoshimura to ride at 592.2. Doesn't have that many turf starts, I think only one. Number 14, Deep Bond, always looks a treat. Yuji Wada, but he's a big price too, 67.1. When you've got a 1.3 favourite, and many of these horses not expected to be in the same suburbs by the time the race is over. Number 15 is Shonan Bashito, Mirko de Muro at 373.4. This horse has got a bit of ability. It's a huge price. Probably wants further. Number 16 is Impress. Kosei Miura at 472.5. Correct weight through on the previous race, 7, 12 and 5. 17 Stars on Earth, first up for a while since May. William Buick rides, but a terrible gate, 24.1. Stars on Earth, never been out of the top 3 in the horse's career. And number 18, Win Airfolk. Nanako Fujita getting her first Group 1 ride. Lady jockey burst on the scene a few years ago. 285.2 about Win Airfolk. There they are, the 18 runners for the 43rd running of the Japan Cup. And the favourite, of course, is Equinox. Correct weight through on the previous race on 7, 12, 5. The winner was number 7, Lord Del Rey, 3-year-old colt by Lord Canaloa out of Delfino, Heart's Cry mare. Yuga Kawada combining with Mitsumasa Nakauchida, Lord Horse Club Company colours. Bred at KI Farm. Second was number 12, Minor Mont, 3-year-old by Gold Ship, Mirko de Muro. And number 5, Reframing, the 5-year-old by King Halo and Hironobu Tanabe was third. Number 6, Flavoured Ren, 4th, and number 11, Wide Emperor. Oh, so the dream was close, but 5th was not the dream. 159 flat they've run for the 2,000 metres. 45.9 the last 4, and home in a very good 33.7. Really looked a strong win by Lord Del Rey.
Certainly was a good win. Brings up Yuga Kawada's 140th winner of the year. And he'll be hoping that he can do the same with Liberty Island in the Japan Cup.
At 3 o'clock, 83,000. So by jump time, we'll be around the 85 mark for sure. That was the limit for today. Cool day, been around 10 degrees at her peak. So now we get to look at the runners one by one.
Liberty Island, this year's top 3-year-old filly. She carries 54 kilos here, getting bigger and stronger. Latest win in the Shuka Show at Kyoto in October over 2,000 metres. Won the Oaks here over the course and distance. And she's a filly by Duramente. Equinox is number 2. There is Equinox, the son of Kitasan Black, looking for his 6th consecutive Group 1 win, coming off a good win in the Autumn Tenno Show over 2,000 metres here in October. That race was run in record time. And he's a very short price, 1.3, to win this year's Japan Cup. 3 is title holder. Kazuo Yokoyama rides the 5-year-old back from a layoff last time. Wins second in the all-comers at Nakayama for 2,200 metres in September. Was pulled up in the spring Tenno Show. One of the likely front runners, title holder. 4 is Studley, another runner for the Silk Racing Syndicate, a 5-year-old, coming off a second over 2,000 metres at Hanshin in September. That was an open class race, unplaced in 2 starts at Tokyo. Number 5, Deduce, Keita Tosaki, deputising for Yu Takatake, the injured jockey at the moment. He rode the horse last time, though, in the Autumn Tenno Show, Keita Tosaki, when the horse finished 7th to Equinox. Just didn't really fire on that day. Number 6 forward again, 6-year-old Gelding, fairly poor win and place percentage. 14th in this year's Meguro Kinen, 7th and 6th in 2 races since. Latest a 2,000 metre race at Hanshin in September. The French challenger, Iracine, 6-year-old Gelding, 2 wins this year, won a Group 1, the latest a Group 2 win at Longchamp in October. The ground could well be just a bit too fast for him, but wish him all the best. 8, Panthalassa, trained by Yoshito Yahagi, has opted for the Japan Cup with the 6-year-old. Won the Saudi Cup in February, 10th in 1 run since. That was the Dubai World Cup. Number 9 is Valor Azul. Holly Doyle riding the 6-year-old winner of last year's Japan Cup. Hasn't won since or even placed. 7th in the Kyoto Daishoten in his latest race over 2,400 metres in October. Looks well. Number 10 is Danone Beluga. Joe Moreira riding for trainer Noriyuki Hori. Danone Beluga, the 4-year-old colt, last seen finishing 4th to Equinox in the Autumn Tenno Show, 2nd in the Dubai Turf earlier this year. 11 is Trust Kenshin, the 8-year-old, 38th start today, did run in last year's Japan Cup. 13th of 18, just 1 run since back in February. 11th of 16 in the Group 3 Diamond Stakes here. Number 12, Chestnut Coat, 9-year-old NAR runner, last of 15 in the all-comers last time at Nakayama in September. String of NAR races before that. And now to be ridden by Hironobu Tanabe. 13 is Kurino Megami Ace, 4-year-old filly NAR runner. That last round of JRA race here, 1,400 metre dirt race in 2022, 15th of 16. 4th in the Hyogo Queen Cup most recently. That race at Sonoda. 14 is Deep Bond, 6-year-old, never has the best of luck, beaten favourite last time, went 3rd in the Kyoto Daishoten, a Group 2 in October. First time for him to take on the Japan Cup. 15 is Shonan Bashito, representing trainer Naosuke Sugai. Shonan Bashito, 3-year-old colt, been a little disappointing in Group 1 races, 16th in the Derby. 11th in the Kikisho, 16 Impress, Kosei Miura riding. Another runner for the North Hills Syndicate. 4-year-old colt, 12th of 14 last time. 17 is Stars on Earth. William Buick rides the 4-year-old filly champion filly of 2022. Having her first start today since the Victoria Mile back in May. An 18 win, Falk. Nanako Fujita rides the NAR runner, last round at Kyoto in October, went 5th over 3,000 metres. First graded race today, so it will be tough
Thanks, Adrian. All the best with the call today. Your first Japan Cup. Exciting day ahead with some, well, is it going to be a match race? Chris will give us his thoughts. Equinox, Liberty Island. The thing about Equinox is maybe he hasn't reached his ceiling yet. We just don't know. But once they step out on the track, it's just see what happens, and hopefully the best occurs for all the runners. They all get around safely. Big field of 18, and they'll be all looking for their spots, get their horses to relax, and here's number one.
Yeah, number one, Liberty Island, dominant winner of the Japanese Oaks over this course and distance. Resumed with a good win in the Shuka Show over 2,000 metres at Kyoto last start. All reports has improved off that, and work's been good. Yuka Karada to ride. Equinox, number two, the highest rated horse in the world this year. Won its last 5, all at Group 1 level. Last start was an outstanding winner of the Tenno Show in course record time. Christophe Lemaire rides, the one they've all got to beat. Should race handy from the barrier today as well. 3, title holder, 3-time Group 1 winner, resumed from injury with a solid second over 2,200 metres in the all-comers at Nakayama. Again, by all reports, has improved off that and has been working a lot better leading into today's race. Has good gate speed, so I expect him to lead early before handing up to Panther Lasser at some stage. We'll give a good sight. 4, Studley, well beaten in all 3 runs at group level. Last start was second in open grade at Hanshin. Tom Marquand rides. Expect to race midfield here, but outclassed. Number 5 is Dadus. Over-raced early in between horses when resuming in that Group 1 Tenno Show last start when well beaten. Should improve off that. Her work's been better. They may try and settle it back in the field today. 6, Ford again, struggling for form in open class races, is outclassed here in very long odds. 7, Idrissine, the French runner, 2-time Group 1 winner in France, does get back in the field. Better form seem to be on wet tracks. 8, Panther Lasser, resuming here from an 8-month break after the Dubai World Cup meeting. Before that won the Saudi Cup on dirt. Probably doesn't have the gate speed early of title holder, but will roll to the front. All runs at 2,000 metres and above has been well beaten, so expecting the same today. 9, Vela Azul, winner of last year's Japan Cup. This race is much stronger this year. Last start was only fair when 7th in the Group 2 Kyoto Daishoten over 2,400 metres. 10 is Dannon Beluga, consistent galloper, never too far away. Placed twice at Group 1 and also a couple of fourths, including a last start 4th to Equinox in the Tenno Show over 2,000 metres. Definitely in the mix for the placings. 11, Trust Kenshin. 8-year-old Gallop has been out of form. Did run 13th in last year's Japan Cup, but outclassed here. 12, Chestnut Coat, having its last start today. The 9-year-old was well beaten in the Group 2 all-comers at 2,200 Nakayama last start. 13, Kulino Megami Ace. Last start 4th at 1,800 metres on the NR circuit. Again, outclassed here. 14, Deep Bonds, a very consistent horse, been placed 4 times at Group 1 level. Did get shuffled back early last start at the Group 2 Kyoto Daishoten over 2,400 metres. Expect to be race handy and probably a first 5 chance. 15, Shonen Bushido, only 3-year-old colt in this year's race, was well down the field in the Derby and also the Kicker Show over 3,000 metres last start. So it gets back in its races, Merca Demira to ride. 16, Impress, another runner at big odds here. Last start was caught wide and finished 12th in the Kyoto Daishoten over 2,400 metres. 17, Stars on Earth, very good filly, winner of the 2022 Japanese Oaks. Did miss the Tenno Show with a hoof injury. Wide barrier today, so expected to get back in the field and be running on. And 18, Win Fork. Last start 5th over 3,000 metres at Kyoto in a restricted race. Again, outclassed here.
Thanks, Chris. Thoughts there on the 18 runners coming from Chris. 20 Group 1 wins with 8 horses in this race. 8 runners of a Group 1 successful. We've got quite a few We've got an NAR runner, a relatively young horse and a 4-year-old. And as Chris said, only one 3-year-old colt in the field. But it's all about the filly and the colt, the 3-year-old filly and the 4-year-old colt at the very top of the order, drawn 1 and 2. Interestingly, horses 1, 2 and 3 combined, they've won 12 Group 1s amongst them. So They dominate in terms of, well, they don't dominate. There are other horses in the race, but who've been successful. I say 8 runners at Group 1. Christophe Lemaire's won the Japan Cup 3 times. Yuga Kawada has had 10 rides in the Cup. Best is second with Kiseki. Adrian, what are your numbers for this year's event?
Yes, I'm going for Equinox, my top choice, number 2 from number 1, Liberty Island. And actually, these inside gates do have quite a good record in the race.
They do. Top 4 gates. Yep.
Yeah. So Equinox for me from Liberty Island, my second choice. Then 10, Danone Beluga, my third selection from number 5, Deuce.
2, 1, 10 and 5. Chris McLaughlin.
I've got 2 Equinox on top from 1 Liberty Island, 3 title holder for third, and 10 Danone Beluga in for fourth.
Yeah, I've got 2 on top from 5 Deuce, from 1 Liberty Island, and then the 10 in Danone Beluga. And I think well, title holder might run a bit of a race, but it's all about Equinox. Equinox should win. We're about to find out in the next few minutes. The horses will be on the track. One already out there, but Chris has given us his numbers, and Adrian will give us the prices. And then all the best for Adrian Webber, calling his first Japan Cup for 2023.
So the runners being led out for the 43rd running of the Japan Cup. Tokyo, it's race 12, 3:40 is the post time, and 18 go to post. With Equinox, the world's top rated horse, a 1.3 shot. Liberty Island has been backed into 3.9 current price. Start in front of the stands, of course, the famous 2,400 metre start of the Derby as well. Number 1, Liberty Island. Yuga Kawada and 3.9. Two is Equinox, Christophe Lemaire at 1.3. Number 3 is title holder Kazuo Yokoyama at 17.1. Number 4 is Studley, Tom Marquand at 441.0. Number 5 is Deuce, Keita Tosaki at 13.7. Number 6 is Forward Again, Hiroto Mayuzumi at 684.6. The overseas runner next, number 7, Idesine from France, Marie Veron riding 91.7, the price. The 6-year-old gelding, number 8 is Panther Lassa, Yutaka Yoshida at 39.7. Yahagi, Panther Lassa. Likely front runner. 9 is Vela Azul, Holly Doyle at 92.5. And 10 is Danone Beluga, Joe Moreira at 32.8. Is Trust Kenshin Kiwamu Ogino at 683.7. Is Chestnut Coat Hironobu Tanabe at 648.7. Is Kurino Megami Ace, Tomohiro Yoshimura at 685.3. Big prices about numbers 11, 12 and 13. (14) is Deep Bond, Yujiwara at 73.2. (15) is Shonan Bashito, Mirko Demura at 412.6. (16) is Impress Kosei Miura at 536.0. 17 is Stars on Earth, William Buick at 24.9. And rounding out the field, number 18, Winner Folk, Nanako Fujita at 334.9. So they are the 18 runners for this year's Japan Cup. Post time is a 3:40, and I'll be back just before they jump with the call.
知らせいたします。まもなく東京競馬第12レースの発売に締め切ります。勝ち馬投票券はお早めにお買い求めください。
The runners are circling behind the starting stalls for the Japan Cup, the 43rd running of the race, first run in 1981. And a full field of 18 this year, just the one overseas runner in Iresin. And the favourite, of course, Equinox. No change in the price, 1.3, 3.7 about Liberty Island. The 3-year-old filly, the winner of all those races for 3-year-old fillies, the Triple Tiara. So here's Equinox in shot here. And fans really getting behind the runners. The starter in place, ready to call up the runners. Liberty Island, of course, into gate 1. Gates 1 and 2, they have a good record in the race. Forward again comes forward winner Folk. Will be in the outside gate. Chestnut Coat. Still circling at the moment. Still awaiting the final signal to load up. Christophe Lemaire already with 3 Japan Cups. 2 with Almond Eye, of course. And Villa Azul goes in, so to Iresin. Kuno Megami Ace, Liberty Island, looking really well. The filly title holder is in. Forward again is led forward. Deuce is already in. Impress. And Beluga, Panther Lassa loads up. Deep Bond, Chestnut Coat comes forward. Studley under Tom Marquand. And Winnie Falk under Nanako Fujita will be the last one to load into gate 18. And then we'll be set for the start of the Japan Cup. They're under starters' orders and they're off and racing to the roar of the crowd, and they all get away well. And Panther Lassa it is, one of the early leaders, has got to the front with title holder Stars on Earth, and William Buick edging his way over as well. Equinox is currently 3rd, Liberty Island on the fence in 4th, and then comes Deep Bond. And then with Deep Bond on the inside to Juice, Studley comes next. Shonan Bashito into a handy position, and then comes Iresin. In behind is Vela Azul and Danone Beluga under Joe Moreira, and then on the outside Kuno Megami Ace. Further back then to forward again Trust Kenshin Chestnut Coat, with Chestnut Coat is Impress, and Winnie Fogg is the last one. But as they head down the back straight now, and it's Panther Lassa that's doing what he loves to do best, and he's out in front. Something like 10, 12, 13 lengths, I would say. They're really putting it to them at the moment. Title holder is in 2nd, and then in 3rd comes Equinox. Liberty Island, Stars on Earth is next, then comes Deuce, and then in behind Deuce, Shonan Bashito comes next. And then with Shonan Bashito, then on the inside Iresin goes nicely with Studley. And looking further back behind, then on the inside, Danone Beluga. Vela Azul will need to get going from there. Forward again, then comes Trust Kenshin. Chestnut Coat comes next, Impress, and Winnie Fogg is the last one as the 18 runners turn down the side of the course, and it's Panther Lassa that still leads them a merry dance at the moment. Can he keep this up past the 600 metre marker? It's Panther Lassa that's going to turn into the home straight, a long way ahead of title holder that turns in 2nd, and then comes Equinox. Liberty Island, with Liberty Island on the outside is Stars on Earth and do so. All the fancied runners are there. Danone Beluga, Shonan Bashito running a big race as well. Panther Lassa, his run surely must have come to an end. And here's Equinox, the big white face on Equinox, the son of Keanistan Black. He's in the clear. It's going to be such an easy win indeed into the closing stages. It's Equinox under Christophe Lemaire as a champion jockey, a champion horse up to the line. Equinox wins it from Liberty Island in 2nd. Stars on Earth, then came Deuce, title holder next. Vela Azur in with Vela Azur, then came Danone Beluga, and with Danone Beluga then on the inside came the orange cap next. On the outside Shonan Bashito. Deep Bond came next, then forward again Panther Lassa. Impress came next, Winnie Falk. Further back to Chestnut Coat, Trust Kenshin, Kurino Megami Ace, And that's about the way they finish in the 43rd running of the Japan Cup, and it goes the way of Equinox, the 1.3 favourite, streaking away in the final stages, and he's done it in a time of 2 minutes 21.8 seconds. But my oh my, well, the fans were roaring the whole way through with Panther Lasser. What a great run from that one, but Christophe Lemaire, well, he's done it again.
Yeah, Stars on Earth once again finishing in the top 3. Absolute big run. But it all goes the way of, like most of the jockeys, must have got a bit nervous once again with Panthalassa breaking out by that huge margin. And, well, he couldn't sustain it once again because it's a torrid pace. The first 1,000 metres were flying. And this champion, absolute champion, it might very well be his last race, and I think it might be. Equinox takes it out, and a wonderful handshake there by Yuga Kawada, taking out the second place, and Stars on Earth third, Deduce a huge run, and title holder holds on to 5th place. So it was all the horses up near the lead that were well and truly in the mix.
2, 1, 17, 5 and 3, the first 5 home in the Japan Cup for 2023.
221.8, and 4th Japan Cup for Christophe Lemaire, and 6th Group 1 in a row for Equinox.
Yes, we mustn't forget to mention that. That's a huge statistic.
And, well, I don't know about you, Adrian, but I think that might be his last race. I wish it wasn't, but I can't see him going anywhere else. They won't go to Nutty McKinnon. They won't put 3 races in 3 months on his schedule. And he's won in Dubai. I don't know if they'll keep him around. They've only ever done it with one, really, haven't they? And that was Orfèvre, where he carried on into his 5th year, but I think not. I'm pretty sure.
It's a little bit of a shame because, I don't know, these Kidasan Black horses, they just seem to get better and better, don't they?
They do, but he might have a very busy career in the barn. And coming back in front of 85,000 people, Christophe Lemaire, acknowledging the fans, acknowledging, of course, the horse. He's just a star. I mean, that horse is out by 20 lengths.
Fantastic performance. Once again, Equinox gets to run down Panther Lasser and take full honours in this year's Japan Cup.
Christophe Lemaire, he's just had a wonderful season. That's his 49th Japanese Group 1. And 6th this year, is that correct? I'm just off the top of my head.
Yes, I'm not actually sure about that, but...
And of course, congratulations to the trainer, who no doubt was super nervous, but he knew he had a gift from God, he called it. Tetsuya Kimura. I was cheering on Deduce over the last 100, but Stars on Earth was just a little too good for the 3rd. And that's an outstanding performance. It was a pleasure to watch, a pleasure to listen to. Well done, Adrian. It was difficult when you have a tearaway runner like that to cover the rest of the field.
And emotional Christophe Lemaire.
Yeah, the pressure, he does wear it well, but he knew this horse probably hadn't reached his pinnacle.
That's what he's been saying all along, really, that this horse just continues to improve.
We now await Christophe to make the way through the tunnel, the way in, to conclude. And tears coming from the trainer. Tetsuya Kimura is just, the emotion has caught up with him. Wiping the tears, the strapper and groom with him. And the trainer is just so full of emotion. He might very well be aware that it could be his last race for the horse. But what a career. And now the tears come from Christophe. They're sharing the joy and sharing the emotion.
Fantastic performance. He's got home by 4 lengths.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a case of once we knew he'd hit the front, it was how far again, really. And the emotion of this win, the fans are there. I see his wife there, Barbara, as well, making away with the family. And a very emotional moment for Christophe Lemaire, Tetsuya Kimura. Connections. Silk Racing have done it again with a champion, Equinox. Liberty Island, not to be disgraced, she ran a bold race in second. Just couldn't quite get there. Stars on Earth continued that wonderful run in her career, never finishing out of the top 3. Hasn't raced since May and still hit the line well with William Buick. He was pretty confident the horse would run well. And Deduce almost back to his best. Just peaked on the run. He just couldn't quite finish off over the last 150. And title holder has run a bold 5th placing. In 2:21.8, the 43rd Japan Cup goes the way of the superstar. Pleasure to watch, pleasure to be here, to watch him open up and just tear away. He has a quick look at the screen. No need to worry. There's a look just to see over the shoulder if anything's coming late. Eases down on the line in 2:21.8.
Winning comfortably, and they have weighed in. We have correct weight on the Japan Cup, race 12 in Tokyo, on numbers 2, 1, 17, 5 and 3. The winner, number 2, Equinox, 4-year-old colt by Kitasan Black out of the King Halo mare Chateau Blanche, owned by Silk Racing Company Limited, trained by Tetsuya Kimura and ridden by Christophe Lemaire. Horse was bred at Northern Farm. The second horse was number 1, Liberty Island, 3-year-old filly by Dudamente, a filly that's done so well this year. She's had a hard year. And Liberty Island in for second. The third horse, very good run indeed, as well, as we've said, from number 17, Stars on Earth, the 4-year-old filly, the 3-year-old filly, the champion 3-year-old filly of last year, 4-year-old filly by Dudamente, Stars on Earth in for third. Fourth was number 5, Deduce, back to form today. A good performance from trainer Yasuo Tomomichi to get this one well, as close as he could probably to Equinox. Keita Tosaki, the jockey today, deputising for the injured Yu Takatake. And number 3, title holder, finishes 5th. And as Murray said, in a winning time of 2 minutes 21.8 seconds for the 2,400 metres, a mile and a half of the Japan Cup. 48.6 seconds the last 4 furlongs, final 3 furlong time in 36.5 seconds. The distance is 4 lengths. It probably could have been more, but just eased up at the end there. So between first and second, 4 lengths, and then it was a length, 3/4 of a length, and 2 lengths.
Wow.
So
Trifecta, it's got to be, I don't remember Deep Impact's trifecta. I think it would have paid a lot more with Ouija Board running third. 1,130 yen for a trifecta in the Japan Cup.
well, you must have had it though, Maria.
No, I had Deduce to run. I think Deduce was paying 2,000 and something change, but that probably shortened as well, because the money, most people were tipping Equinox to win, Liberty Island to be there as well, but Liberty Island has really run out of her skin to finish behind this magnificent equine champion in Equinox.
And SP locally, of course, 1.3. I don't know, did we say that? We probably did.
Yeah, well, a bit short for me to back, but as I say, it's more a case of, for many years, it was just to have the ticket, but really a case of not just looking for the spectacle. Let's have a look at the finishing order. Oh. I had a little side bet about Iracine that I said would finish in the top 8. Finished 9th. Number 2 takes it out, of course. Equinox from Liberty Island. Stars on Earth, Deduce, and title holder. In 6th place was Danon Beluga. So all the horses that were fancied were all there. And Valor Azul, who I thought would be, well, what did I say, 8 lengths? We got 5, 7, well, it's closer to 10. So Valor Azul is finished in 7th place. 8th place went to Studley. 9th to Iracine. 10th place to Deep Bond. 11th, Shonan Bashito. 12th place went to Panthalassa, the tearaway leader. 13th place went to Impress. 14th to Ford again. 15th went to Win Airfolk. 16th place went to Trust Kenshin. 17th to Chestnut Coat. And last, Kurino Gummy Ace in last position. Huge margins. They've run 2:21.8 and the last horse was 6.1 seconds tailed off. Correct weight, the 43rd Japan Cup. Now the presentation about to take place, then the jockey interview, and Junji Noda will be joining us for the interview to translate of what we sure will be a very happy Christophe Lemaire. You've got some information?
Yes, just a bit more information here. It's 12 consecutive Group 1 wins for Northern Farm.
Yeah.
6 consecutive Group 1 wins. Well, it now equals the record of TM Opera and Lord Kanaloa. And Equinox has passed Almond Eye for the most prize money, which goes now beyond the 2 billion yen mark.
$20 million. Well, let's not worry about exchange rates, but yeah, $20 million in prize money if everything was equal, but it isn't. So it was just a joy to watch, joy to listen to. Thanks, Adrian. Great call. It's must have been a joy to call.
Yes, a bit tricky, but well, like you say, with Panthalassa going off like that.
I was watching on another monitor so I could listen to your call rather than bothering you, being near you. And when the crowd went up, do we know what the time was at the 1,000 metres after the first 1,000 metres? 57 and change. 57.6. Thank you, Junji. Yeah, because the last time the tearaway we had was 57.2 in a recent race where Equinox came out and broke the record. So very similar situation here today. Well, I got that wrong. I didn't think Panthalassa had in the legs to go out that fast with the suspected injury and then running on dirt and not really the same prep as last year. But well, title holder had to do the chasing, and Christophe Lemaire, you could see the urgency as they go down the side, 20 lengths in front. Is that too far in front? And of course, when they got to the 300, Panthalassa was starting to paddle. And I think then he thought, well, I've got him covered. What's coming behind me? He looked at the big screen, nothing coming. And as he got to the 100, he looked back under his right armpit to see if there was anything swooping late. And there certainly wasn't. And as Adrian said, ease down, probably 50 metres from the line to win by 4 lengths. So outstanding result for this year's Japan Cup. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be leaving you with some vision of the ceremony, and the next voice you hear will be Junji Noda when we hear from the winning jockey, Christophe Lemaire.
The owner, different. The trainer, Mr. Yoshiaki Yuta. The